Hi all, it's Kylie from Kylie's Card Craft. Just wanted to show you today what I'm up to. Now I can't find any. I have, oh that's the lights, sorry. I have, and I don't know about you guys, 6x6 paper pads. I've got lots of different brands and I use them all the time and I'll use them as add-ons and all the rest. In the Kaiser Craft brand, they have on the back, don't know if you can see that, they have 4 sheets of little pop-out pieces, like so. And these things stay in the back of my pads, doesn't matter how many times I use it, and most of them are cut and shut and all the rest. Some have only got a couple of sheets left in them, and I love them. I use them all the time because especially these sorts of ones, they're just the right size for my journal cards and my tags and all the rest. But I find that these sheets in the back stay there and I never ever use them. So like there's a border sheet and I know I should use them, but I just don't. So the start of this week, it's now Thursday. Earlier this week, I was going through all these paper pads again, thinking I really must sort these, work myself out, maybe if I section everything off. So I started pulling out these pages from them. I left the border one in there because I really don't know what I was going to do with the borders. So I went through all these paper pads and I pulled out the sheets with the punch outs. So some had tabs, some had tags, some just had shapes. And I went through and put them into my little bits. Hang on a moment, where's one of my, here we go. So my little container that says tags. So, sorry about the noise. These things still don't, doesn't matter how many times I undo them. Right. So you can see, oh, I've got ones from other things in here as well, but you can see where I've gone through and popped all these out from the paper pads. I've got long tags and I've got little tags and little tags. I've got another one that says tabs, which has little tabs to go on journal bits and I don't know, they're all sitting over my desk everywhere. But oh, it's in a small one, my tabs. Hang on a moment. It'll be over here. Add-ons, large add-ons. Here we go. Tabs. So these ones, literally just have little bits like this that I can fold over onto a journaling card and make a tab, pre-cut. It has lots of these little tabs. And I kept thinking, I'm still not going to use this sort of size, these sorts of colours. You can see I've been doing a few. So in the other ones, all the larger ones, I just classed cluster bases. Because I usually, whenever I'm doing clusters, I'll quite often pick up one of these pre-cut sizes, sheets, whatever, or I'll die cut a square or a hexagon or something like that that I've got as a base. So I put these all in cluster bases. And there's lots of. There were so many of them that they filled this container straight away. And I went, that's no good. So last night I was doing the last few, thinking it's too big, it's too full. And I thought, right, to get, hang on, we'll pick up one of these, some of these ones, and I'll cover them. That's fine. I'm happy with that. And I thought, they're white on the other side. So if I get 2 of them and stick them together, I've got a base, just a straight white base. And I thought that works. So I did that with the larger ones. I've just been sitting here again when I came home from work and glued a pile together. So these are the larger ones, and these are a great size. When I get them to this size, I'll just pick up a smaller one so that you can see, because this will just be a quickie. Okay, I just get my distress ink in my antique linen, and I just, because I know all of my journals and everything else, I don't use white. I just don't like the starkness of white for me. Maybe one day I will, and I'll have to find some more. But I tend to either tea dye or coffee dye, or if I'm on the go like this and I can't be bothered getting up and getting some tea made, I will just go through with my antique linen and my blending tool and go over it so you can see the difference in the colour. I did that last night on a pile of them. Stuck a whole pile together and then went through and just used my antique linen on them. What I did after that, came home from work this afternoon, thought, what am I going to do with them? Yeah, I'll just sit them in another container and then they're there and I can use them as clusters or whatever else. I pulled out my stamps. Look. So I've still got the plain on the other side to do with as I wish. I might want to attach a paper clip and pop him on there. I might want to decorate it, use it as a cluster. I might just want it as an add-on, as I call them. Some of the larger ones I might want as little tags or journal posies. But how easy and cute are they? Look at this. I'm just so wrapped. And they're just parts of stamps. Literally parts of stamps. Oh, it's a tap. Did I put it back in? No. What did I do with it? What did I do with it? There it is. So, this one is just part of that stamp. So I just choose the bits that I want out of them and layer them onto it. It just became, I had 2 out of all the squillions of paper pads that I thought I might actually use the front. So I just stuck another one on the back so that I've got journal cards, and look, and I may use those. You may talk to me in 5 years' time and they may still be sitting there. But these guys are just so easy. And look, if you're anything like me, and I'm assuming that other paper pads have these little punch outs, or you might have a die cutting machine and you can punch out some shapes to start with. But if you've got these, oh, I've stuck all those ones together. Hang on, we'll very quickly just stick a couple together. I'll just get it's just an old catalogue thing that came in the mail this week. Right, so I'll pick the coloured side, just my glue stick. Get my other one with the coloured side. Just layer them on top of one another, because in the Kaiser pads, they would have all different ones. So, but each pad, they'd have the same shape. Just a different colour theme. But the next paper pad, it's the same shapes again. The next paper pad, the next range they put out, same shape again. So I ended up with exactly the same shapes all the time. So, we've glued him. I'll very quickly go over with my antique linen. And I'm kidding myself that I'm cleaning up, because that's always a good idea. And I'm sorting all my paper pads. All right. Oh, sorry, did I make you wobble? Right. So now I've got this one. I want. What did I do with my stamping mat? Oh. Right here. So I've just got my foam stamping mat. I've got a piece of scrap. Put that there because I'm stamping a larger stamp onto that. Let's try that one. And I just want this section down there. So my block, just here. Turn him over. I'll ink him up. No. There we go. And I'm just looking for this section down here, so I don't need to stamp the whole thing. So just tapping my ink pad. Right. And down. I like that lovely little section there. We'll see what we've got. How easy are they? Look, as I said, I may continue to work on them, and some of the larger ones I'll put bits on, and I might put lace on and doilies and all the rest. But for little add-ons, how quick and wonderful are they? And I'm taking out 3 sheets from each paper pad all the way through. And it's just been such a wonderful thing to do, because I feel like I'm achieving something. That's got to be a point, right? I feel like I'm cleaning up. That's another point. It's a win-win. So, you know, how easy. All right, there's the other one I just did. We'll just pull off that stamp. We'll find... Oh, look. Hang on. I've actually got a circle one there. I wonder if that fits those circles. Oh, it will. Let's quickly do a circle. Let's very quickly do a circle. So, once again, glue on my actual pattern side. And grab another one. Glue him down. Oh, the circle's nice and easy to match up. Look at that. All right. Bit of antique linen again. No drying time, no anything. But as I said, what I was doing was I pulled them all out to start with. And then I kept looking at them. And then I glued them together last night, a pile together last night. And then I was looking at them. And then I came home from work. And so I started stamping on them. So, and they were the ones that I'd done up last night. So then I sat back and glued a pile more when I came home. And I thought, no, I've just got to share this. This is just so easy, so quick. And it cleans up. Oh, duh. It cleans up my mess. It sorts out some of my paper pads. And I know all these colours, you know, I'm not going to use them. They're not my colours that I work with. If I came across anything that I knew I would work, like some of the circles had clocks printed on them. So they went straight into my clock container. See, here's my clock container. So some of the circles went into my clock container. Some of the ones that, what else did I have? The really small, the large add-ons. So I've got some of the bits that I know that I will work on. I've gone into there. So, but it was just a way of sorting them out. But as I said, this tub that I had for cluster bases, I started with one of my small tubs. It then went to one of my large tubs. And then all of a sudden I found that I was still getting way too many. Oh, look. Doesn't that fit that beautifully? That works a treat. Let's do another one in a different colour. That one, by the way, that I've been stamping on is a Ranger Archival ink in Tea Branch. The 3 I tend to use the most in the Archival inks are Sepia and Coffee and then Tea Branch. So, I'll do another quick one of those because that was awesome. So, oh, don't need any more than that. Mind you, by the time I'm finished them, I may have gone through an entire glue stick. Just didn't realise I had so many of these things. Oh yes, the circles are so easy to put together. Back in with the antique linen. I can go as light or as dark as I like with my antique linen. And it just gives it that base of the colours that I tend to use in my journals anyway. Right. So down to, I'll just wipe that. Like so. Alright, here, let's go with the coffee now. Lining him up, hopefully fairly good. Oh, I lined him up real good. Yummy, 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 yummy. See, now I would use those 1,001 times. If I did go for all the bright colours, I could still stamp them in my brighter colours. I could use the stamps that I use, all sorts of different stamps. It doesn't have to be these sorts of ones. It could be a flower stamp. And I haven't got flower stamps here with me. And I could just be using part of that flower stamp. It really doesn't matter what you use. What I'm looking for is my cloth. And that's how I clean my stamps. Sorry, girls, for everybody out there that is now horrified that I'm not cleaning my stamps properly. Oh, hang on, I do have a flower. I do have a flower. All right. Let's use something like this. What's he going to work? That one's a larger one. So let's do a big one. Oh, I've got, and here's one I already prepared. Yeah, he will fit on there beautifully. So I need a larger block. Right, I need to get rid of my white. Okay, another warm one here today. It was very nice to come home from work and rip the work boots off and the jeans and all that sort of stuff and sit in front of a fan. So, but I've got the house to myself again, which was why I was sitting here doing everything, and it was lovely. All right, so let's go with the sepia this time because we haven't used the sepia for you to see the difference in the colours. Sepia. And my sepia is really old. It's still the old, that's what they look like now, the archival inks. That's what they used to look like. But I have a sepia re-inker and I just keep re-inking this one. Right. Now this gives a, as you can see from here, slightly mottled effect. Anyway, remember, don't scrub your ink pad across. You'll fill up all that beautiful fine detail. So just straight up and down. All right, let's have a look. And I like to go sideways. And with these guys, there's no right or wrong, up or down. Let's go about there and see what we've got. Give him a good push. Oh, look at that. So let's say, so that was sepia, wasn't it? So for me to finish that one off, because I just love that as is, I would just grab my walnut stain, which is a deeper one, kind of like the coffee, but more timber, and I will just lightly go around my edge just to define my edge. Just quickly like that. There's no great rocket science to it. Where have I missed? That's where I started. And of course, just because it's me, I'll go around the back as well, because that will be my journal spot. Or as I said, it might be just put on like a cluster with a paper clip, or just in a little tuck spot as, you know, just because. Oh, I like that. Do you know what that needs now? All that needs to finish that off. Here's a word. Let's have a look and see if I've got a word. Word. I'm just going to put the lid back on that because I keep putting my arm in it. Right. So let's have a look at words. Oh, Sorry, they are so noisy, aren't they? Right, let's see if I've got words in here that will actually go with this. No, not at the moment. Might need to get some more words done, I'm thinking. How about eternal? Right, let's just grab thicker. All right, I just want a chunk like so, and he's a bit white. I'm just going to go a little bit over with the antique linen. If I fray him a little bit, I honestly don't mind, because I want that look anyway. Let's face it, I could have grabbed some tea-dyed ones in my drawer with all my tea-dyed laces and everything, but it's a little bit away from where the chair is, so let's have a look and see what difference we've made. Oh, that wasn't it. That was it. So, yep, he's been darkened up a little bit. It's always wise when you're doing something like that just to go back and have a look at the original piece, because that's when you start to realise how much you've done. Just want that. Let's have a look. I want to still be able to see around that eternal. Thinking you might be a bit too long, but I like all the fluffy bit up the top, so we'll just deal with you a bit down there. My fingers are all gluey, and so all I'm doing is taking this away as I go. That's a bit better. Now I've stretched it out. Wow. Oh, right, so I need my Helmar 450, which is just my fabric glue, and I need a piece of scrap just to check it's working, because I didn't have any other glue out while I was doing all this, apart from my glue stick. So what I'll do is I'll put a little bit of glue on this. Sit you up here, stretch you out a little bit again. Now lift you up and re-glue again. So I didn't push that hard with the first bit, just so that it just held on to the cheesecloth. Come on, come out, come out. There you go. And now I can push the whole thing down nice and hard, so that it will stay there. How quick and easy are they? And look, it's up to you how much or how little you want to put on them. But yeah, that way you'll see the difference in the colours. So this is Tree Branch. I don't know if my light's in the way there. That is, what did I say? Coffee. And that is sepia. So you can see they're all beautiful browns, but completely different browns. So depending on the look that you're going for, as I said, they're the three I tend to use the most, and I'll have a mixture of all three in my journals, depending on each page and all the rest. But just thought you'd like to see that, girls, because How quick and easy are they? I love them. Hope you enjoyed that. It was a quickie, as I said. It was just that I was sitting here continuing on with them and thought, no, going to have to share this, because for anybody that's got those paper pads with all those die cut pieces, or have got a die cutting machine with some shapes, cut them out, part of a stamp on there somewhere. Don't overstress about your stamp, because any stamp is going to look different if you're just taking a part out of it. So when you look at a stamp, let's find a bigger stamp. Here we go. When you're looking at a stamp, this one's the same all over. Where's my one that we just used? Here you go. When you're looking at a stamp, you go, oh, I want to stamp something on there. I think, oh no, but I really want that bit. Just stamp it. See what you get. Just put your small piece on the table in front of you, pick up your stamp, ink the whole thing if you're not certain of where exactly you want to go. Set it down, stamp it. Sit it in a stamping platform if you're concerned about your stamping. But just see what you get. And that way you get more use out of your stamps as well. Because we all tend to, if we've got a stamp and we're using it the exact same way each and every time, you'll get sick of it. Most of us will anyway. If you take it with bits and pieces, you can find so many more uses for it. So I hope you all enjoyed that. If you did, please hit like, hit subscribe. Thank you to everybody who already has and does. And I will see you soon. I've got a couple of days and then I'm doing another tutorial or tutorial craft with me type thing. I've challenged myself. So I'm not touching any of it until I actually touch that, because I don't want to think about it too much prior. I want to go in with a blank mind and see if I can just do it. But I hope you've all enjoyed these. I'm going to spend the rest of the evening playing with these and clearing this box so that my cluster bases is a smaller thing for cluster bases, because I don't know how many clusters I plan to make, but I don't think I need that many in a short while. So hope you've enjoyed that, guys. Until next time, bye.